Hi guys, this is August Allen, and this video is very much directed to Scott, the bus grease monkey. I've enjoyed your videos for a long time. I'm sorry I never commented on them. I did work till I was 70 years old, and the last 5 years when I get done at work, pretty tired. But anyway, that's no excuse. It's just your videos are great. Love it. Love Scenicruisers. Why I'm doing this is because I've seen your new bus project, and I want to discuss this floor lowering disaster that people put these things through. My bus got done on one side, and then they drove it. I could see the back wheels when I bought the bus, and they drove it back from New Mexico that way, and in doing so, what they did was, well, let's look at, that's over there. There's a crack in the side. There's a crack in the side of the bus because of that. I had to actually pull the side in to get 7 inches of the floor put back. So we're going to take a look at where we are, and this is the side of the Hesperus, and we are looking into the luggage compartments. And when I got this bus, it didn't have a floor in it. I mean, you could fall into these bays. And right here, now this is what this is where they cut the bulkhead out. Oh, don't do this. This is terrible. There's things you can do here. But as you can see, this is a 1-inch piece of plywood put back. See these holes? They're drilled through that 1-inch plywood, and they go all the way across. And this 1-inch plywood tapers down. You can see the bolts all the way to there to bolt this 1-inch plywood in. And on the other side of the plywood, you can't see it here because that's in the side. The electrical panel is right up there, and this is hidden in what will be the kitchen, would be or can be the sink, the kitchen cabinets. But what you're seeing here is 7 inches of the floor has been put back. The floor is bolted in right along here. And you talk about support. Look at this. They drove this thing back from New Mexico without that bulkhead in there and nothing. I mean, this is a place where the floor is raised up, so the second deck floor is all the support you have through the luggage compartments. So what I did was, and gosh, without that 7 inches, you need, the idea is to put, we'll go inside, but to keep these, you need that 7 inches. You need that 7 inches. Here's the 7 inches of floor put back where it was bolted in. This is at the seating level up here. So I bolted that all in, put it back in, and then brought the floor down. Let's go inside the bus a minute and we'll take a look at this stuff. Now you could weld this aluminum back in. Look here. I mean, they cut this with their saw. Oh man, oh boy. And they did that on both of them. I mean, then they cut that aluminum piece. Well, they could have cut the aluminum piece at an angle to where it fits into things on the inside. So let's go in and look at this area of the Hesperus. This is what the back side of the plywood looks like. This is a 1-inch piece of plywood, and these bolts were cinched down tight because I needed this bulkhead to be there. You can see they are bolted in. They are bolted in all along the bottom, and that's tapering down. So let's go inside and see. This is one of your options. If you drop the floor where the bus that Scott's working on is cut, you have to get rid of those things that hold the doors open because there's no room for them to fold up there. That's my air conditioner. fan area. Hi. Come aboard the Hesperus. Now this didn't have a tack. Right here was this great big air gauge. I wanted to tack. I wanted to see what this thing was doing. It sounded like it was running faster than I wanted it to when I bought it. Meaning it said at 2350. Yes. Any big truck that has lots of weight to pull and has many gears to do it does need to stay, when pulling a load, you need to keep it down because you're really putting pressure on the pistons if you're pulling a load. But if you don't have a load, hey, you're not going to work the crank too hard. You're just making it go fast. You're not putting a whole lot of fuel into it. So anyway, this is the driver's cockpit of the Hesperus. And oh yeah, back in well, when I bought this was the big thing to have a CB. So anyway, let's move on back. All right, what we're looking at here. Now here's the refrigerator, and there, right down next to the refrigerator, is that bulkhead put back. And there's the 7 inches of floor put back. This piece now. This is, but this is still good wood. You know, it's 30 years old, 29 years old, and has had moisture on it. But what it does is it's bolted in under this. I tarred it. I don't know if I should have done that or not, but it's all right. But it's bolted in like every 2 or 3 inches, I think, are the bolts. And this comes out 7 inches supporting the side of the bus. And there, hidden in the refrigerator, is that wooden 1-inch bulkhead that could be the aluminum. The original aluminum could have been cut down and hidden in the refrigerator. And there's that 1-inch support for your side, Scott. Right there, that's in 1-inch plywood. I think, you know, man, marine plywood, because this is like a big road boat. What do they call a prairie schooner. But anyway, and then the other side, so it shouldn't have been cut out of there at all. That bulkhead should have been there and left, and then you could cut it at an angle, and you wouldn't even need to get out to the edge of the fridge and then cut it off. So there's your refrigerator. That's where it goes. And here's this nice space. When you walk up, all right, you can see me standing here. There's no way that you walk. There's no way that you walk anything close to that 7 inches that you've put back of the floor. It's just not needed. It's like you dropped the floor, but you kept a huge chunk of support in there. Then you put a corner piece in and screwed it all together, glued it, and down to the floor, that the original floor. Oops. This is going to need to have a few spots cut out of it. And there again is that 7 inches put back, and the next bulkhead is put into where the electrical panel is, right there. And this is to be the side, is supposed to be the side of it, your little sink or whatever you got going goes in here. It might be a little sink and a cooking area or whatever. But anyway, this is going to be, you know, a kitchen sink and whatever. And then you walk around the corner. This was supposed to be a door so you could get in here, but as you can see, that 7 inches of floor is put back. There's no way you can walk over there anyway. Put it back. Don't worry about it. And of course, there's the light coming through that skylight that's clean. I don't know what I'm going to find in there. You can see the light coming in, but that that top of this glass shines like the top of the Chrysler building. It does. It really looks good in the last video. But there you're seeing what I'm looking expansion joints. But anyway, Scott, that was my remedy for what the previous owner did. He was going to drop the floors. He cracked the side of the bus, and I had to pull it in with a come along. I had to pull this crack in with a come along from the other side. Let me see. This window's been completely rebuilt. This is in the back. You see, it's on nice sliders and such. Let's see, where is the crack? The crack is it's right down here anyway. So I pulled that in and bolted the plywood back in, and that pulled the side of the bus in where this happened. Weld the aluminum back, whatever. If you get an idea you want to drop the floor in one of these, take a second shot. Listen to what Scott is telling you about the support in the side of the bus. And right here, these are the... Look, there's the supply to the defroster. There's a bunch of holes up here for up here. So you defeat these fans and you no longer have defrosting capabilities. And your heating capabilities are real slack. You probably have a propane heater and a bottle of gas that may, under certain conditions, fill the bus up and explode. I don't want volatile fuel, no gasoline, nothing on here. This is diesel electric all the way. And God, look at that window. Jeez, when I had this, I mean, most of the time I had it since I came to Idaho, it didn't have any broken glass, but I think this was caused by the lawnmower, to tell you the truth. And that one probably too. I have since bought, that little lawnmower sucks. I have since bought the new John Deere grass cutter, grass hog, bush hog, whatever. This is a grass cutter though. And it works so great. This is a 60-inch model. Anyway, that's a 60-inch John Deere bush hog on an 8-inch tractor, and it's beautiful. It's all the tractor can handle. Another story. I've got videos. The back of a Hesperus sign even looks good from inside. I mean, what do you want? So Scott, this is one of your bulkheads. The idea, it seems to me, you could, now this side, no droppy. You know, God, your linkages to the transmission and all your wiring, your air conditioning, your hydraulics, they all go at this level under here to the front, so they're not crowding the luggage compartment. And I just took the family out to breakfast, and I had the camera mounted right there, and it was up on a pedestal about that tall. You know, what a mess. I'm going to post it, but it was so noisy because of this. Here's all these kids talking. Well, I couldn't hear it. We couldn't hear it. The engine's running and whatnot, but boy howdy, this camera, the sound just picked it up. It sounds like this is the biggest rattle trap in the world. It has its rattles, but it doesn't sound like that. It wasn't bothering anybody. I saw, there was a beautiful bus in Riverside years and years ago, and he had this beautiful hardwood ceiling that was about a ½ inch thick. God, I don't know how much weight he added to the roof of his bus. I could pull you around the corner while you're traveling fast through a high-speed freeway that's doing, you know, coming around the corner. There's the intakes at the air conditioning vent. These can open and close, but you see the air conditioning compartments right down there. Yeah. All right, that's a good shot. And that's the electrical outlet and all that. Well, there it is, and I want to thank you folks for all listening to my big concern about the lowering of the floor in a Scenicruiser. So until next one, thank you all for watching these videos, and thank you, Scott, for your response on the bus, and you have a good evening. See you next video. Bye.